Hi, welcome to my little corner of the internet. My name is Duchess Loveline. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, hi. So it's been a while. I've been gone mainly because a lot of stuff has been happening IRL. Just found out that I am not going to be graduating. That's lovely. Turns out there were a couple of things that I missed that I should have done that I didn't do because I missed it, and so now I have to appeal the entire process. Graduation is next week, by the way, so going on Twitter and seeing a lot of people graduating and me having my graduation status uncertain. Yeah, it's been a really tough week. Very depressive week. Not fun. 100 out of 10 would not recommend. That's negative 100, by the way. So that happened. 2, my little Chimmy, Chimmy or Jimmy? Let's see. Chimmy. I learned that his name is Chimmy. So my little Chimmy got hurt right here. Got hurt right here. I didn't notice it, but apparently this happened while I was opening him up from his package. So he came in a is it a he or an it? I don't know. I'm just gonna say they. They came in a like really compressed package that apparently is supposed to smush their foam in, so as soon as you open it, it like pops out, right? But I didn't know that. Okay, I thought that it was gonna come in a box. So when the package did come and I tried to like cut it open, I had accidentally hurt Jimmy, and now he's bleeding, white stuffed, and I didn't notice it all this time. So it must have, like, the hole, his injury probably has been getting bigger and bigger and wider because I didn't notice it at time to patch him up. So that's the second thing that went wrong this week. Then the final thing that just kind of made me give up on this week as a whole, especially when it comes to YouTube, was I recorded a reaction and a commentary to Alone. And as you know, I talk a lot, and I can just go off in tangents and whatnot, and so I end up with almost an hour plus video, if that. So I recorded an hour of me talking about Alone, and I didn't realize the technical difficulty until I stopped recording. So it was so terrible. Basically what happened was my audio was fine, nothing happened to my audio, but the camera, I don't know what happened to my camera connection to my laptop, but when it was capturing my face, it skipped pixels or something. I don't know. It looked like the video looked like I was talking in stop motion. It was terrible. Okay, so that's an hour worth of commentary gone. In addition to all the other nonsense that was happening, I was just so done with this week. But now I'm a bit more energetic. I'm still down, but not as down as when it happened back to back. I've been able to tell my family about, your daughter is not graduating. If she doesn't have this figured out, but yeah, there's a high chance she's not graduating. And would not recommend. Negative 1,000 over 10 would not recommend. So now the whole family is uncertain. My graduation cap and gown is right there staring at me. I was so excited. Oh boy, I was so excited. For nothing, it turns out. Well, hopefully it turns out to be something. But if the appeal goes through, then yes. If it doesn't go through, then no. So in an attempt to cheer myself up, I decided to buy myself a new flower crown. Yay, look at it, so pretty. And I really like this color, and I know that this color would suit me. I would have worn it today, but it would kind of mess with the whole iconic orange and blonde and orange look that I'm kind of going for on this channel. Also, I actually don't have a red turtleneck that I would have used to match it with this. White also works, but I'm going with a theme here. So I would have done red on red. But I bought this because it was pretty, and when I'm stressed, I like to look at pretty things, eat sweet things. I'm a very basic girl. So I am recovered enough to continue with reacting and commenting on good stuff, but I am even more excited to make another commentary because Alone is pretty depressing song. Just all around the vibe, the lyrics, everything's depressive, which is kind of where I'm at right now. So I feel like it would be super relatable, maybe not in the specifics of what's happening, relationship troubles, but it's probably more relatable to me, where it's just like, bad shit is happening and you just kind of have to go through it. So this is take 2 of Alone. Take 2. Sorry, I'm juvenile. Another motivator of me reacting to Alone again, pulling myself by the bootstraps and everything, is the fact that BTS are releasing an OT7 soundtrack today in a couple of hours. In like 2 hours and 20 minutes. 2 hours and 20 minutes. We're gonna get take 2. That's how I'm laughing. I'm juvenile. We're gonna get take 2. I don't know what OT7 means. Like, is it an abbreviation or something? I don't know. But I do know it means that you like all 7 members, and we like all 7 members on this channel. I know we've only been reacting to Jimin's face. I'm taking my sweet ass time. I know, but I will strive to speed up the reactions, well, actually, no, that's a lie, because I really do want to engage with each song and create theories that I feel like make sense to me, so that when I'm asking for your theories down in the comment section, you can also talk about things that make sense to you, and we can compare theories and have fun from there. Yeah, so I'm not going to say I'm going to speed up my reactions, but I'm going to try to be more diligent in releasing content, especially commentary and reaction, because I'm not making the content. I'm not creating Alone from scratch. I'm not creating the song. I'm only reacting to it. So I don't know. I feel like I should have these things like, out and about, like coming out 10 a day or something like that. But when I actually need to deep dive and like properly engage with just one content, it takes a lot out of me. So if I were to like make it faster and react to so many at once, I feel like the quality of my commentary would be lessened. So it would be more of like, just sit there watching, like, okay, finished. That was crazy. That was a good song. Amazing song. Yeah. Next, I don't know. That's not how I want to represent this YouTube channel. That's not what this YouTube channel is about. It's about a baby army learning and knowing more about BTS, and in the process getting in contact with senior armies like people who know much more about BTS and sometimes even the K-pop industry, and may help me answer questions that come up when I'm thinking about the topic at hand, things like that. So I would try to be a bit more diligent in releasing and reacting to and making commentaries on content that I did not create. But bear with me if it takes a bit of time, because I like to take my time going through the comments. I was shocked, let me tell you, shocked to see that other people's reactions to BTS were generally less than 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Your girl cannot relate. Like, 10 minutes. No, I take forever. No. Oh well, whatever. Let's see, content. This is generally an hour. It's, yeah, your girl cannot relate. But we'll try our best to be diligent. I had stuff on, like, on this home panel, but I'll post the what I was looking at earlier. But I wanted to react to everything that was on there. BTS Take Two official goals. I wanted to react to that. I also want to react to what's this? Okay, maybe not that. I don't know what that is. I haven't. Oh, a day ago. Oh. I really need to sit down and look through Festa content, because apparently Festa is a thing where BTS release stuff for ARMY. I've never heard that before ever in my life. I've never heard any other artist, musician, public figure, nobody. I've never heard that happen before, so I was very confused. Also, I think I saw on a part of the screen that talked about a tragedy, a fairy tragedy or something like that, and I'm like, what does that have to do with BTS? I don't know. So I'm gonna look into it. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of BTS. Halsey and Suga, they released a song called Lilith. No, was it Lilith? Yeah, I think that's the name of the Lilith on Diablo 4, which apparently is a game. I'm gonna react to the song. I heard that he spoke in English, so we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, just finish up face reactions, and you know what? These I've heard of BTS doing a lot of side projects, like Suga's collaboration with Halsey has nothing to do with his placement on BTS discography timeline. So those are the ones that I'm just going to randomly react to. Apparently they also do covers. I was recommended Jungkook's We Don't Talk Anymore, and then apparently there's another We Don't Talk Anymore with Jungkook and Jimin, and somebody sent me a link to a thread of these covers. There's a lot of side content that has nothing to do with the lineage of the BTS discography. So what we're going to do is finish up Face, and whatever side content catches my eye, that's what I'm going to do, right? So for example, right now I'm looking at Cold, Don't Ever Say Love Me. I want to react to it. I've already watched it. I have comments that I want to make, but I haven't read the lyrics. So that's going to be a commentary video for later in the day. Commentary video for later in the day. So we'll do stuff like that randomly, whatever catches my eye, I'll do. So please recommend me stuff. These are side content, so some places may not list it under BTS's official discography. I might miss a couple things. There's only so much work YouTube recommended sections can, do for me in learning more about BTS. So I'm really relying on you, ARMYs, to help this baby ARMY grow. So a bunch of music. I want to listen to a bunch of music. So yeah, send them my way. Recommend me stuff. What else? Yeah, okay. So after Face, we're going to go through their discography in order. We'll start from the beginning. I don't know what the beginning is. We'll start from the beginning, and then we'll go to present day. I'm still gonna react to Take Two in a couple hours. I can't wait. I'm sorry. I've been trying to hold on to my excitement. This is my first OT7 comeback that I'm here for, that I can feel the energy in the air. Twitter is so full of anticipation and excitement. Everybody's blocking out trolls and antis and all these other people and just focusing on building hype for Take Two, and so it's just amazing to watch. I don't think I can ever contain my excitement enough to wait. I'm sorry, D-Day, you're gonna have to wait a really long time for me to come back and react to you. So it would be from, I don't know what their first album is, all the way through the end of chapter 1, and then chapter 2, and then we'll end up at D-Day. Hopefully by the time we finish Taekook, that's the pairing unit of Taehyung and Cookie and Jungkook. So I'm learning a lot. So I'm learning a lot. There are pairing units. There are shipping. It's a fan fiction term. I don't know how it applies to K-pop, but whatever. But anyway, there are two pairings of people. I've seen so many different pairings. Sometimes it's hard for me to like decipher, like when I see a pairing name, to like decipher who is in that pairing. But that's beside the point. That's another video. The point is, hopefully I can get through all the discography before Taekook drops their album. We're gonna see. I wanted to pull up something. I was gonna pull up. Oh yes, I was gonna show off what I made. Where is it? Ta-da! Okay. So yeah, this is. Did I already show this off? I don't know if I already showed it off. Anyways, 5:30 songs. This is about almost 2 days worth of listening to just excuse me, amazing discography. Yeah, so we'll start with this one. Too Cool for School. DJ Frizz, who's that? Anyway, we'll start with that one, and then we'll go all the way down to August D. Yeah. Oh, I haven't even put Lilith on here. And oh my gosh, there's Angel Pot 2. Like, there's rumors about that on Twitter. So there's a lot of content, guys. I will get through it little by little. But for now, we'll do the collabs. You know, those are like side pieces. World soundtrack. They have soundtracks? Soundtracks for what? What? Okay, I'm sidetracked. Oh. Huh. Sidetrack. Yeah, so like random side music, so soundtracks, I guess. Collabs on another person's album that's not on their album, things like that. Recommend me. I want to know. Okay, we will be reacting to Alone on Jimin's Face. There's something I'm noticing in Jimin's Alone is he sounds so weary compared to like Crazy, where it was a club vibe, it was a happy vibe. It just sounds so. His voice is hoarse. He sounds like me after I'm talking and it's like the 45-minute mark and my voice is just has left me, has deserted me. Yeah, it's pretty sad. Even the drums are very soft. I wanted to make a comment on Jimin's use on. I wanted to make a comment on Jimin's use of voice distortion or distortion effects on his voice. So we're like what, 3 soundtracks in, we know that Jimin has a beautiful voice and can sing. Very, very clear in Face Off and Like Crazy especially. But he still uses a little bit of, I don't know, technology to like highlight certain effects that he wants. Alone is also another, he did it in Face Off. I didn't hear him do it in Like Crazy. I think he moaned in Like Crazy, but he didn't have the like distortion effect on his voice. Would it be distortion? Would it be auto-tune? I don't know what, but I would just call it distortion effect, right? So in Face Off, where was it? Where was it in Face Off? I'll remember where it was in Face Off and I'll like play it, but on Alone, it just happened. So right here, right there, that was the distortion. Da 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 da. Yeah, it's I'm gonna talk about the effects of the distortion, but at the end of the song. Let me finish. Also, with that section right there, I hear a lot of his voices, but different, would I say melodies? It's almost like 2 different people singing, but they're singing at the same time, but they're not harmonizing. They're just kind of like overlapping with each other. And it feels to me, okay, so this song is painting a scene of a hangover. So if Like Crazy was, you know, going crazy in the club, trying to escape from the reality of his shitty love life, and trying to get so drunk that he's not sober enough to realize that, yeah, his relationship is not going anywhere. He wants to escape into the night, wants to drink enough that his rational thought, he's like, get it out, get it out, get it out. That's Like Crazy. I feel like Alone is the morning after, you know, you've drunk, you pretty much blacked out, now you have to wake up and face reality. And one of those is the really, like you were how do I put it? I keep using the word depressed because it's a depressing album, but you're just so very down and like the mood is dark and the room, like the lights aren't even on in your room. Like you just woke up and you're just like, ugh. And then you are hit with some sort of like you trying to make sense of what happened last night or the consequences, because you've escaped last night. That was you going wild and escaping, but you can't escape forever. At some point you're going to have to wake up and face reality. So Alone, right in this section that just happened, let me replay it. It was like 2 people, we both know it's Jimin, but 2 people singing at the same time, but they're singing with different melodies, singing different styles. It feels like the conversation you have with yourself when you are tired and you're in bed and you're talking about what you're gonna do. It's like, get up. No, I don't want to get up. Like, you should get up. You know, Saturday is like, I don't want to do it. You know, like that kind of back and forth with yourself, but not, in this case, not a clear back and forth. It's like, it's happening at the same time. So that's kind of the vibe I'm getting, where, I mean, it happens to me. I don't know if it happens to you, where in the morning when I'm really tired and I need to get up, I don't want to get up. It's this whole, it's like this kind of like self-reflection, meditation, like, no, okay, not meditation. Meditation is actually good for you, but this is more of like, it has a negative connotation where it's like, you need to get up, these are things you want to do. I'm like, I don't want to get up, I don't want to have to do them. Like, you kind of have to do it, you know, you can't sleep forever, you kind of be sober, you can't stay drunk forever. Like, you can't run away. And so it's like this back and forth of like talking overlapping each other. I'm not saying that that's what he said. I actually don't remember the lyrics to know if that's exactly what he said, but I'm just saying like the effect of multiple people talking at the same time seems like that kind of conversation you have with yourself when you are rising up from, when you want to or you need to rise up from bed, but your bad decisions of the night before is not letting you rise up from bed as smoothly as you should. Okay, so that was Jimin's Alone. Now I don't know if what? Oh, okay. I was like, I never heard Fuck All Your Ops. I didn't hear that, but that's a different song. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Alone. That was Jimin's Alone. One thing I wanted to point out was, I know that you couldn't hear it as I was talking throughout the song, but if you listen to the song on your own, and I do recommend you to stream it without hearing my commentary throughout, one of the effects of the distortion that Jimin strategically uses on his voice is it has a result of like waking you up abruptly. So Alone to me is a very soothing and like smothering song, like it's not a song I'm working out to. It's not upbeat, it's not happy, it's a very like smoothing, like this is a song that I would sleep to if I want to sleep sad. I mean, I guess you can go on a night drive with it too, but like, why would I go on a night drive sad? I don't want to do that. So point is, it's a very calming, depressing and sad song. I feel like those are the only two adjectives I'm using to describe this album, and it's getting repetitive, but maybe vocabulary is not advanced enough to include other things, other words. I need to look it up. BTS is gonna take me to school. But what was I getting at? Yeah, so Alone, like it has that mood downer, mood depressive effects where you just kind of like vibing to it. Then all of a sudden you have the distortion comes in and it just kind of wakes you up, and it's like, oh, I was kind of zoning out there for a bit, but it like snaps you back to reality. So that is the effect it has on me. And I feel like it's a strategic way of making sure you're paying attention to what he's thinking about. Like some songs are just so boring and depressive that it's just like you put it on and you listen to the song and it goes to the next song and you don't even remember that you listened to the song that you just put on. Like it's that, because there's that boring, because there's nothing interesting to like keep you engaged. So I feel like it's a wonderfully made decision, strategic decision that Jimin decided to put on here, where it's like, yeah, it's a depressive song that kind of goes with his theme of relationship toxicity, I guess, terrible things happening in his relationship, or had happened, for him to now be single and unhappy about it, and it being after like crazy, just kind of like upbeat, happy pub clubbing vibe. Well, like it's just strategically placed. God damn it! Like this was a well thought out album. It really is. It really, really is. Let me try and find the distortion effects on Face Off. I don't remember where it is, but let me try and find it. That's it. This is the effect I'm talking about. So it's also in Face Off, right? Like you're just kind of drifting, but like that effect kind of jerks you awake to like pay attention to what he's saying. And as soon as that effect is finished, let's see. As soon as the effect is finished, he says, even though you test me, even though you kill me, I don't care about you. Like that effect makes you jerk up and then makes you pay attention to what he's saying, which the next line is pretty depressing as fuck. Like it's pretty depressing. And we both know that this was him trying to put on a brave front that didn't really go anywhere, just considering the lyrics. The rest of the lyrics, not just in this song, but in Like Crazy, which is the song after it, and Alone as well. Yeah. Well-placed voice distortion is what I'm going to call it. It's just, well, this definitely, the whole album should have gone number one, not just Like Crazy. The whole album. I don't care. I'm calling it right now. I'm like, what, a little over halfway into it. Whole album should have gotten number one. Very well placed, well produced. The intentions were very clear. It's very cohesive. You know, the story is not repetitive across all the songs we've listened to, but it's kind of like a following a series of events, you know, where we're starting off, where we stopped at, and where we're continuing to go to. So that's Alone. I was gonna read the lyrics, but before I read the lyrics of Alone, I'm going to look to see who wrote this album. It's important to me that singers participate in what they're singing about, because it adds a level of relatability. Just that's one, and two, an avenue to know who the person is. You know, we as fans, we don't know our artists, but we can kind of get a hint of who they are with their art, and that's if they create the art. If it's something somebody else creates for them, the only thing you can tell about that artist is the fact that they chose that song to sing. That's about it. You can't pick up any inspiration from their words, because it's not their words, it's somebody else's words. And sometimes some artists don't even have the freedom to choose songs. So they can't write their songs. They don't have the freedom of choosing the songs that they're singing another person. So then what do you know about them? They're puppets, they're monkeys. It's a bit harsh, but it's true. Somebody higher up from them tells them, this is the song you're gonna sing, and these are the words you're gonna sing it, and then they go and sing it, and it's like sweet. And some of them don't even sing it, they lip sync. Like, it's really hard to find a good, relatable artist they're great quality artists. They have good taste, and they're more than willing to put their stories in writing, you know, in their art. Although, yeah, in this case, Jimin. I'm not saying that every song must have the artist writing it or producing it or whatever. I'm just saying, like, at the very least, majority of your discography should, you know, you're the one singing it. You're the one. It should contain your voice. It doesn't all have, and sometimes, yeah, they might not get credit for having their voice included, but I prefer artists who write their stuff over artists who don't. I prefer artists who get to choose their stuff, even if it's for other people who wrote it, versus over artists who don't choose their stuff. I prefer artists who are curious and have a purpose in their art, versus artists who are just doing it for monetary purposes. I don't mind spending my hard-earned money on artists who does all the stuff that I just talked about. They write their own stuff. If they don't write it, they at least choose what goes on in their discography, you know, what they sing, what they dance, and whatnot. And they have a cohesive thought, a strategic plan on why they chose to sing these songs, or write these songs, or produce these songs, or, you know, all that stuff. Like, it's an actual thought, and like, effort was put into this. Good effort was put into this. I am more than happy giving my money to those kind of artists versus the ones who, they don't write their stuff. They don't choose the stuff of other people. They don't choose the stuff that was written by other people to sing. They didn't have the freedom to choose that. And all the songs that they chose, all the songs that they have to sing in a discography that they didn't even choose, have no thought behind it. Nothing about this kind of artist is inspiring to me. I don't care about, I might as well go stand the original people who wrote those songs for you. I might as well go stand the label head who decided that that was the executive, the CEO, whatever of the label, that decided that those were the soundtracks that you were going to put in your discography, And then they might go on stage, they don't even sing live, they lip sync. So I might as well go stand, I don't know, the microphone, because, well, the microphone isn't even on. So I might as well go stand the record player because they're the ones doing all the work, So what's the point of having an artist like this that doesn't have anything to call art of theirs? Like, they have nothing. What's the point? So anyway, this is Jimin's songs. I think I've been seeing a lot of Jimin on their credits. I don't know if Jimin was in every single credit. Was it? Were they? Let me see. Like Crazy. Yeah, Jimin was there. What was the other one? Was Interlude. I want to check Interlude. I mean, Interlude, there's no lyrics, and it seems like Jimin is primarily a songwriter. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, there are songwriters for Interlude, but Jimin is not one of them. But for a majority of his solo track, it's Jimin, right? We've listened to Face Off, Interlude, Dive, Like Crazy alone. Out of 4 of his solo stuff, only one of them he hasn't contributed in, and that's Interlude, where there isn't any lyrics, So these are stuff that inspires to me. So when I listen to a song and I'm like, oh wow, this song touches me and it moves me, it makes me more curious about the artist. Then when I go and check out the artist, I can get easily inspired because said artist writes their own stuff. If I'm checking out an artist that created art, that has an art that was created for them, that inspired me, but they're not the ones writing it, they're not the ones producing it, they have no creative input whatsoever on this track, how am I supposed to get inspired from them? I don't care how popular they are. If their songs inspires me, I want to make sure that the person that I'm following, the artist that I'm following, is responsible for that art. Otherwise, I go look for an artist whose work also inspires me, but they create their own art. That is, to me, much more respectable than the other alternative. Anyway, that was an entire side tangent on Jimin's Face Off. So let's go through the lyrics, and then we will hang out with Jimin, and that's it. Yeah. Okay, so since when has it been that I feel scared by everyone smiling in front of me? Though I try to run away, the me of now has lost the way. So we're starting off with a very depressing line. God damn. Since when has it been that I feel scared by everyone smiling in front of me? This is peak antisocial behavior. I would know, because I've been there. It's not fun. Absolutely not fun. Where you would rather retreat into yourself. Like, you're going through stuff, you're going through stuff, but you would rather retreat into yourself because you still don't trust the outside world enough to help you. People's smiling faces are kind of suspicious. Why are you smiling? What's so happy? Are you trying to set me up? Like, what's going on? Like, you get a little paranoid, so you'd rather just not deal with it at all. And so you just go in your room, go under the blanket, close the windows, turn off the lights, and just stay there. It's just you and your thoughts. And your thoughts can also be demonic. It can also be very negative. But hey, it's better that it's you and your thoughts versus you and your thoughts plus possibly other people around you who wishes you harm. Like, that's kind of the paranoia talking I'm saying. I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying, like, in that moment, that's how you feel. So that's where you retreat into yourself. Though I tried to run away, the me of now has lost the way. He can clearly tell what's wrong. And that's the thing with some people's depressions. My depression is kind of like this, where we can tell that we are going through some depressive stuff. Like, we're not happy, things are not going well in our life, but we are still there. Like, we're still going through the depressive stuff, but we don't have a way to get out of it. Like, you're lost in a tunnel of darkness, and you're supposed to, at the end of that tunnel, it's supposed to be the light where you walk into it and things are happier for you and things goes well for you from then on. Some people don't reach the light. Some people don't even see the light. They lose their way in that tunnel. It happens. I would know. Again, been there. Currently kind of somewhat going through it right now. Where, yeah, you know that he's trying to run away. He knows that where he's at is not good. So he's trying to look for an escape. But he also recognizes the fact that, yeah, he's lost the way. He doesn't know a way out. In this case, his relationship, he knows that him clinging to that relationship, even by being drunk all the time, every night, like he said in the last, in Like Crazy, in the last song, he knows that that is not okay, but he doesn't see a way to stop. He doesn't see a way out of it. He has lost the way. A really bang of a first verse, by the way. Absolutely amazing. When falling asleep, drunk, and being unable to remember anything, I thought about it. What am I doing now? Oh, why am I the only one like this? No, everyone is like this. The me who pretends to be okay every time, I find him pathetic. The second verse is kind of heavy too. When falling asleep drunk, again, we've established it. Yeah, man is looking for escapist fantasy and being unable to remember anything. Peak escapism. That's what he's going for. If you're that drunk that you can't remember anything, you are not okay. Absolutely not okay. I thought about it. What am I doing now? Why am I the only one like this? No, everyone is like this. So when you're going through things, especially dark and depressing things, you start to wonder why is this happening to you? Why me? Why is the bad things in the world happening to me? And you can be very self-centered on that. Like, you are focusing so much on yourself. You're not considering the fact that, hey, random good things can happen to you. Random bad things can also happen to you. You're not considering the fact. You're considering that the fact that it's hurting you and you don't want it to hurt you, so you want it gone. And so you're wondering, why is it happening to me? What did I do wrong? You know? Why am I the only one like this? The cool thing about this verse is, unlike Jimin, I would have just stopped it at, why am I like this? But he continues on, no, everyone is like this, which is very hard to do, I'm gonna say. Like, it takes incredible willpower to recognize the fact, like, to go from me. Why am I, like, why is the bad things happening to me? What am I doing now? Why am I the only one like this? Why am I the one going through all of this nonsense? To then stop yourself and say, no, everyone is like this. Everyone goes through bad things just like I'm doing. It's just this phrase alone has like a hint of positivity, and that's the only hint of positivity we've seen throughout the song up until now. It takes a lot of willpower, because for me, I wouldn't even have this verse. I would just be like, me. Why is this happening to me? Oh my gosh, the world is out to get me. I hate being here. The universe wants to, it's throwing all these negative things at me because it wants to get rid of me. Like, I wouldn't even consider when I'm in a depressive spot, in a depressive moment. So I wait, no, calm down. Everyone else is like this. And then the next two lines, it's so heart-wrenching. The me who pretends to be okay every time, I find him pathetic. People pleaser. Kind of hard. Not people pleaser in the sense that, like, they have no sense of self-worth. That's not the type of people pleaser I'm talking about. The people pleasers are the ones who, when they're going through stuff, instead of them to share their misery with the world, like cry about it, go and get somebody to confide in, they try to hold themselves together, pull themselves together. They go out, their makeup is done, their hair is done. They want to pretend to create this facade of them being okay, so that when other people try to, like, share their misery with them, they're able to pretend to be okay enough to, like, listen to them, to, like, be the shoulder for those other people to cry on, but they're not willing to be vulnerable enough to go and find a shoulder to cry on. And the fact that he says he finds that me that puts on a facade pathetic, it speaks. You have no idea how much it speaks to me, because this is me. This is me. I have a best friend who is absolutely amazing. Like, we are like this, and we go through things on different times. Like, we go through our depressive episodes differently and at different times, which is just wonderful for our friendship, by the way, because if we're both depressed at the same time, that's not good. But the thing is, whenever she is going through her stuff, I'm like, it's so easy for me to like offer my shoulder to cry and, hey, cry on it, you know, like, I'm more than willing to listen to her. I'm more than willing to put our heads together and like brainstorm a way out of this. But when I'm the one going through things, I know in my heart of hearts that she is willing to do the same thing for me, but I don't let myself to do it. I don't let myself to be vulnerable. I huddle in my little shell tight enough to protect me and not say a word. Like, I build up my armor so much that it feels like, you know, it's a new skin and nobody can see through it. That's kind of how I want it. For me to open up to her, she has to like be super proactive about that. Like, she might send something randomly and she's like, yeah, hey, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm totally fine, there's nothing wrong. It's like, yeah, that's why she's an amazing friend. But my default isn't really to share and be vulnerable to her, even though I know she's never gonna hold that against me. I know she's always going to be loving and supportive, but I still default to pretending to be okay every time, and also feeling that I'm pathetic for doing so. Ash, am I the only one that feels like, is Jimin and I the only one who feels that way? Do you also feel that way too? Is that also how you process, you know, negativity, things that happens to you that you kind of is your fault, but you don't let yourself heal because you're not willing to be vulnerable? Is that also, you know, how you handle sad emotions? He continues on to say, the same day all over goes by yet again. How long should I endure through this to be able to return? Another sad verse. Damn it. Okay. Yes, when you are sad, when you are depressed, it can feel like the day is long and repetitive. Because look, you're not going to be just depressed one day and then the next day you're all of a sudden better. That's not how it works. Maybe with just like maybe being very lightly sad, then hey, just change your mindset and then all of a sudden you're Gucci. But when it comes to depressive episodes, yeah, it takes a couple of days. It doesn't go away in one day, unfortunately. And so those couple of days that you are feeling that way, that you are feeling depressed and all of that, what ends up happening is you don't do things. You don't get up from the bed. You just stay there and wallow in self-pity, if that, or not even, just wallow in a lot of negativity, you know? I don't know if self-pity is the right word, but just, yeah, you're not doing anything to get yourself out of that situation because you can't even see the light at the end of the tunnel. You can't even see the end goal where it's like, okay, I just need to do this to get myself out of this slump. You can't even see that. So what's the point? You just end up staying there on your bed, under your blanket, isolating yourself from the world, from solutions, from potentially reaching out to a support system that could help you. And I'm staying there. And because you're staying there doing nothing, because you're depressed, every day that you stay like that can seem like the same day over and over and over again. One day passes, oh well, it's the same day all over. It goes by yet again. Because the next one's coming and it's going to look just like the first day where you were on your bed doing nothing, isolating yourself from everybody around you. Not healing. Keyword is not healing. How long should I endure through this to be able to return? Isn't that the question? How long will my depressive episode last so that I can go back to feeling normal? Everybody wants to feel normal. Everybody wants to heal. How long do I have to suffer for me to finally be able to heal? I want to know that question. I want to know, Jimin, you're not the only one who's asking. I also want to know because it is tough and difficult and sad and just heartbreaking to not just have to go through it, but to see a friend go through it, to see a loved one go through it, to hear my favorite artist go through it. heartbreaking, especially when you know that it could be a really, really long road ahead, and some people may never make it, unfortunately. Yeah, doesn't always have a happy ending. A cold and lonely night, mindlessly alone, I pace in a room with lights turned off. Though I used to say it's okay, I feel like gradually losing myself. I know this is a take 2 of my commentary on this channel, but I just want to say that sorry, my commentary on this video, but I just want to say that I caught this earlier in the first commentary too, where the picture that's painted is you in your room, windows are shut off, lights are turned off, and it's almost exactly what he talks about here. Cold lonely night with the lights turned off. I didn't say pacing, but he said pacing. Yeah, pacing kind of signifies you being worried, you have something to worry about. You being in a room with the lights turned off and it having be cold and lonely is you isolating yourself. All in all, not a good thing to do if you really want to heal, right? So though I used to say it's okay, I feel like I'm gradually losing myself. It's the same thing as this line where it's like the me who pretends to be okay, right? In this case, he's also pretending to be okay by saying that, yeah, it's okay. How are you feeling? I'm okay. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm fine. Everything's fine. Everything's okay. It's you pretending to be okay. And yeah, by you doing that, it's pathetic, yes, but it also prevents you from healing. It also prevents you from reaching out to your support system, to even create a support system and help yourself. And when you don't reach out and you don't get that support system to heal, you will lose yourself. This is a slippery slope of unaliving yourself, honestly. I'm just gonna keep it real. Yeah, gradually losing yourself. It's a thought process. You know, people don't just randomly unalive themselves for no reason. It's a thought process. They've thought about it. It keeps creeping in, and they just like, you know what? Yeah, I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of isolating myself. It's time to go. I'm gonna lose myself. And they did. Day and night, the repeated fall. That twilight, though I try to look away. Day and night, the repeated fall. Mayday, get me out of here. Ugh. Make it right. It's gonna be alright. Oh, ha. I thought it said la 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 la, but no, it says lie 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 lie. I thought it said la 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 la, and I was like, you know, was he saying la 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 like this to like block out things, you know, maybe good advice, support system, people asking if he's okay. Was he blocking it out by saying la la la? But no, it's lie 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 lie. Okay. Also kind of fits anyway, because with this translated lyrics, we can see that it says he's falling. Whether it's day, whether it's night, he's still falling. Again, remember, he's in this cold, lonely room with the lights turned off. I'm not sure he can even tell if it's day or night. It doesn't matter. He's still depressed. Fall is used to describe depressed, you know. Sad, when you're down and out, if you will. Bad twilight, do I try to look away? Day and night, the repeated fall. Mayday, get me out of here. Yes. A cry for help, a literal cry for help. Make it right. It's gonna be all right. Lie, 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 lie. So lie, 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 lie very directly responds to this part. Make it right. It's gonna be all right. The Mayday, get me out of here is like a background, and that could be like your inner thoughts. So if you've ever watched a movie called Get Out, it's by Jordan Peele. Yeah, where it's about this black man who goes into this racist white neighborhood that he didn't know is racist, and he interacts with this white family who is a new breed of racists. Not usual racist, they're a very special kind. The point is, the mom of that white family can hypnotize people, and they like to hypnotize black people and take control of their bodies. when they hypnotize black people, the consciousness is suppressed inside of them, and they're not able to get out and get help. Basically, they're not able to take over their body and get out because it's so suppressed deep inside of them. And then the white people have control over the body movement and all of it. It's a special type of possession, if you will. But instead of something just coming in randomly into the person's body, what happens is the person is first suppressed inside their own body, that they can't like control it, and then their body is taken possession of. And so the name of the movie Get Out is literally is referencing the consciousness of the black person in their own body, trying to get out and take back control of their body. So in this case, Mayday, Get Me Out of Here, that's as a background vocal, has reminded me of that movie where Jimin's true thoughts is he wants help. He wants help, but he's trapped inside his own body. He is suppressed inside this sea of negativity, of depression, of feeling like he can't be vulnerable. He suppresses himself so much, but his true inner deepest most thought is he wants help. Get me out of here. Mayday, mayday, get me out of here. That's kind of the point. Then he follows up with Make It Right, it's gonna be alright. And like lie. Like no. Even like Make It Right is gonna be alright is his attempt to try to convince himself, try to say it's okay, try to pretend to be okay every time. That this is his attempt of doing that. Make It Right is gonna be alright. But he can also very clearly tell it's a lie. Now that is followed up with, even if you try to make believable excuses again, even if you try to close your eyes and turn away, you know that it's already broken, that it can't be reversed. So this, I feel like, references the relationship again. Up until this point, I think we're just talking about his processing of the relationship, like the effect of it, but not really talking about the relationship itself. So here he's saying, even if you try to make believable excuses again, which is an attempt when you try to convince yourself, like, that happened, yeah, but it happened because of this, not because of that, like, it's fine, it's gonna be okay, this is why it's gonna be okay. Like, you trying to make excuses to justify your very toxic positivity of, like, you're not seeing reality for what it is, where it's like, reality is you guys are not getting back together. Reality is your trust has been broken. Reality is she was more than willing to lie to you, more than willing to break your heart, more than willing to break your trust, more than willing to wear a masquerade in front of you and take your everything. But he knows all of this, and he's saying to himself, even if you try to make those excuses again, that you might even try to believe, right? Even if you try to close your eyes too fast, turn your head away, it's already been broken. You can't reverse it. Your partner has broken your trust. Even if you try to, like, I think also reminds me of some relationships where one partner cheats and then the other partner who's cheated on decides to forgive them and says, it's okay. But it never goes back to before the cheating. The trust never goes back to what it was before, because it can't be reversed. What's happened already happens. That partner who forgives the other partner who cheated would forever know that at some point in their life, they were not good enough for their partner, even though they clearly could have been. But the partner didn't see that way. Even though they clearly are, the partner didn't see that way. They're always going to know that. It's always going to be in their hearts of hearts. That's gotta suck. Yeah, so in this case, he knows. He also knows that he's making excuses. And he also knows that, things are not going to go back to the way they were. And then this continues on to the same day all over again. The same day all over goes by yet again. What even should I do to make this darkness come to an end? It's still the same limitations of him being depressed and then thinking, I want this to end. I want to not feel sad. I want to not feel depressed. How would I end this? What should I do to make this go away? Goes back to right here where he says, how long should I endure this to be able to return? Nobody wants to be sad forever. It's not a happy feeling, you know? But it's also hard to go through a depressive, sad, and shitty moment of your life without knowing when it would end. So you keep asking yourself, what even should I do to make this darkness come to an end? Question is, you don't know. A cold and lonely night, mindlessly alone, I pace in a room with the lights turned off. Though I used to say it's okay, I feel I'm gradually losing myself. Again, back to isolating yourself, especially when you're in a bad place. Day and night, the repeated fall. Bad twilight, though I try to look away. Day and night, the repeated fall. Mayday, get me out of here. Make it right, it's gonna be alright. Lie, 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 lie. Still depressed. Still wanting to be helped, but still trying to present a front that he's okay and he doesn't need help. But also, he still knows that it's a lie. His facade is a lie. I just want to say who hurt you, Jimin. Who hurt you? And I hope you have found the support system to help yourself heal. Yeah. I already talked about the songwriting credits. Okay. So let's hang with Jimin. Oh. I wonder what significance the alarm clock has. I don't know. Since when has it been that I feel scared of? When has something to do with time, and time was the alarm clock. Yeah, I still can't tell. Is he painting? Went from lying on the bed to drinking coffee to reading a book to painting. Versatile artist. I want to immerse myself in the music, but I need to watch what he's doing. So. Oh, and I thought it was drawing a mountain. His voice is just so sad and weird. It just hurts me to hear it, honestly. Is he spelling the name of the track?
Twilight
He's so pleased with himself. He's left us alone. We're alone. Painting. Okay, that's the end of our reaction to Alone, and commentary, not really reaction. And take 2, OT7 BTS song will be releasing in an hour 15 minutes. My prediction is it's going to be an upbeat song, more similar to Butter Dynamite and the Planet OST versus like a bragging song like Mic Drop or something. Like, I don't know. I just heard Trophies and that's it. I actually don't know if the rest of the song is like braggy, but you know, upbeat, happy song, especially because some of the members are away on military, so I feel like they're gonna have Take Two to cheer it up. They have a song called Take Two in their chapter 2. Anyway, that's it for my theories. Thank you so much for staying with me throughout this really long reaction commentary thing that I do on this channel. I know I ramble a lot, but thank you for staying with me. As usual, please comment down below. Let's have a conversation in the comments. I try my best to reply to the comments as I see them. I want to know, what were your initial thoughts with Alone? What did you see when you read the lyrics, and did that conflict with what you felt when you only listened to the song and without knowing any of the lyrics, without translating any of the lyrics? Like, what was your gut reaction, and what was your theories after what were your theories after you read the lyrics? Did they match up with mine? Did they partially match up with mine? Did they not match up with mine at all? I want to know. Please share it. So I will see you when I see you. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Bye.